Why did the orchestra get struck by lightning? It had a conductor. Hello everyone, busygamerdad back again. Going to be going through some more games that I picked up during the Steam Springfest sale in 2024. I'm really excited for this one. This is Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden Tale. So if you remember way back, I think in the summertime of last year, 2023, we did a session gameplay series for Roadwarden. It's one of my favorite games. It reminds me a lot of games when I grew up. It's basically like playing a novel. You have a choose your own adventure book, essentially, is what you're going through. And there's a lot of nuance and a lot of great writing in a fantasy world, very much like The Witcher or Dungeons and Dragons, or something from Faerun or something along those lines. And it was just a really well done game in a wonderful, charming, pixelated landscape. That formula continues on here with Windy Meadow. I have never played Windy Meadow. Windy Meadow started as a woodcutting hamlet, soon followed by the construction of a stone watchtower, and then a now gone roadside inn. 4 generations ago, the first settlers arrived, slowly but surely taming the gentle area. The village is protected by and loyal to the city of Veritas, and produces crops, wool, parchment, and mead. It's known for its vast forest garden with the western bank, or on the western bank, and for its unusual sweet apples. The one thing I'll say as a disclaimer before we get into this, and they said this as a disclaimer when I booted up the game, there are potentially some triggering elements in the story arc here, so if you're struggling with any mental health issues, this game may not be for you. I want to make sure I bring that up to the forefront, just in case you are, and you are aware of that in this game. There's probably some use of alcohol, there's probably some family traumas, or some childhood traumas that become prevalent, because in this game you are navigating the story arc very much like you did with the Roadwarden game, picking your own adventure, picking your path, and sometimes those can lead to very difficult choices and very unexpected outcomes. Now, I have no idea, that aside, how this game will play out. I'm going to do the first hour and a half with you guys, maybe 2 hours, with our session gameplay series here on the Busy Gamer Dad channel, where we're going to pick up this game, play it for the course of 3 episodes, 20 to 30 minutes each episode, and see if it's something for you. I will have a game link for you in the YouTube description should you want to pick it up for yourselves, or pass on it, up to you. Like I said, I picked this up on sale, so you can also wishlist it and get it at a later date. Now, it looks like we have the ability to click on a few things, and it looks like we have a news story. So I'm just going to jump into the news story. I don't want to go into clicking things, but it looks like there is some contextual things right here for us to take a look at that allow us a little bit more foresight, but wow, we'll just wing it. We'll just wing it. News story. Would you like to play through the tutorial first? Very recommended. Yes, I will play through the tutorial. Continue, click the left mouse button anywhere in the constrained white border. Oh, okay, so up in here and down in here. Gotcha. Pressing the left mouse button will also speed up the game. You can try it to skip to the black screen. Okay, so usually the game gives you unlimited time to read. Good. But not always. Okay, good. Let's see, that one right there, that one went really fast. If you skip anything by accident, use the mouse wheel to roll back. Oh, okay. Okay, so there is a chat log. Gotcha. Use the archive to reread the most recent text. You can find it in the menu on the right side, or on the right mouse button, or hit escape to open it. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Nice. So that's a little bit like the Roadwarden. Cool. In some cases, you'll need to make a choice tied to your character. You'll see an example now. The game won't move forward until you press an option with the left mouse button. You want me to decide? I'll tell you more. I can see I have the choices listed down here. I think I've got it. Well, let's see what this one does. I mean, you kind of made a choice already. I think I've got it. There you go. Most people you talk to have a text aligned to the right side of the screen. The same goes for their portraits. Okay, so that's Nalia. Your character, on the other hand, will be presented on the left side of the screen. If you'd rather keep the entire text aligned to the left, Oh, so you can set the alignments. But this gives almost like a chat box kind of thing. Gotcha. Or a chat bubble. The listening characters have darker portraits, like here. Yep, okay, so we're the active speaker if we're lit up. Got it. Hello, or my name just became yellow. So you can point to my name with a mouse and short description of who I am. Once a famous mercenary and adventurer, she moved to Windy Meadow from the city. A year has passed, but so far being away from home hasn't helped her. Oh, she has some regrets. You can also point at other yellow words and get keywords. Yep, this is important. So, the coins used by the 10 cities, the major power set in the north, these small hollow rings are made of real dragon bones. Oh, well, that's interesting. Or maybe you can learn more about vates? Or vates? I used to teach him how to handle a sword, and after spending a few years as a Roadwarden, he became the local priest. He's the person I should thank for dragging me into this boring village. Here's an example of a notification you may want to close. Okay, so yeah, we have it. Okay. And if some unusual description stays on the screen too long, you can left mouse click to close it. Gotcha. If your mouse is pointing at these buttons, these ones here, okay, left mouse button. Instead, progress the game, otherwise they're gray. Got it. Whenever you visit a new place, this small animation will remind you to open the map. Press the map icon to see where you are at any given time and read the area's locations. So this was critical in the first game, understanding where you were at and where you needed to go, because there was travel time. So that makes sense. Even though this is a small hamlet, I could see that being a thing. So Nalia's house was placed just outside the wall despite the advice of the council. It's the newest building and a rather opulent one. Okay. Alright, cool. Nice. This box allows us to open the menu. It also reveals a few additional buttons. Oh, so there's this quick save. And then there's a back button. Okay. This button on the codex in the tutorial, it's rather empty, but will soon contain the descriptions of all the game's characters and more. This is integral. The codex was integral to your survival. The journal was integral to your survival and success in the first game. Got it. And so there's a couple of, nuances here. I like the graphics. This is new. That's awesome. That's good. Cool. Good stuff. Let's see here. Just like the mouse wheel. Oh, we can go back and speed up the game or forward. Okay, cool. By default, you won't be able to skip the parts of the game that you haven't seen yet. You can change this in the settings. Okay. And these two buttons will help you save and load games quickly. Oh, so they expect you to save Scrum. That's funny. The game also uses autosaves at the start of each day. You can open the manual and for saves. Okay, gotcha. So that's just in here, I'm assuming. Yep. You can also press F1 to learn about the keyboard function controls and press Control. Okay, so if I press F1 now, yep, there we are. Okay, that brings that up. Cool. Awesome. The typical stuff. This is great. Now you know all the basics. Have a good time. If you are a little bit of an older gamer, this reminds me of like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego or something like that. I really think that the UI, it's way more open than that game, but the interface definitely reminds me of that. So I'm showing my age when I make that statement. Now we have 4 characters, but it looks like the one is a question mark and they're locked. And we actually can't even unplay. So we have Venna, we have Fable, and we have Odysseia. So Venna's the only one. That makes life easy for us. Last evening. So when do you have this many patrons, Stabs? The news of Venna's deeds has reached the city. The merchants want to hire her. Deeds? I don't recall. So let me see here real quick. We're at the bar. The Tasty Claw Inn is my favorite spot in the village. Clean, warm, and smelling of fresh fruit. It slows in the daytime, but busy during evenings and rainfalls. My sister Lita works for Stabolus, the innkeeper. Gotcha. Deeds, I don't recall. But I told you already, she What a loud bunch. I think I'll have a bottle in the back. So she was cutting him off. I didn't get a chance to click there. This game, if I'm presuming correctly, this game, you need to be focused on this game. This is not like a passive laid back reading game. This is almost like a detective game, and you have to pick apart the words as well as the mannerisms and the dialogues and the facial pictures of things. Now that was huge for the Roadwarden game, where you wanted to make sure you understood the dialogue that was coming out for the Roadwarden character and the people who were interacting with him, so you could get through the game. What else is new, ma'am? Yep, so she wants to be alone. It's been an hour since you joined the merchants at the table. Keeping your back straight for so long starts to wear on you. But you were told only to speak when spoken to. Oh, she's got a scar. We got a scar on her face. You observe the others, but you can't follow their prattle. Something about a missing ship from the Far East, and a new spice that everyone just needs to try, even though it's as expensive as a sheep. They summarized how you defeated those trolls from last autumn right at the start, but since then, you've pretty much been ignoring you. Okay, so they're just trying to make it so I feel, I don't know, special, and then they want to hire me. I'd rather hang out with my friends. The longer I'm here, the easier it's going to be. Do the city folk treat all their employees this way? It doesn't give me any context on who she is or like what's... Oh wow, that's a lot of people. Let's just go with our character here. Wow, there are a lot of people here. I did not expect this. Interesting. You know what? Let's not go through that. I want to make sure. I want to make this as free and unfettered as possible. So, if we're some adventurer or some Roadwarden-esque in this town, I think I'm going to play this like this. Do the city folk always? In Witty Meadow, all of your neighbors are friends, or at least friendly. Here, this is a ravine between you and the rich folk. So, Venna, how's your beer? You cast a glance at your dad, who manages to stay in control, as always. Why can't you be this confident? My dad's a hero, the best hunter in the realm, no matter what anyone says. Okay. The beer is fantastic. I prefer cider. So this is a lie. I'm actually gonna go and tell the truth. I think being truthful. I'd rather have some cider, to be frank. And you couldn't say so sooner. You'd better learn to speak up for yourself before you reach the city. Veritas offers everything one may desire. alehouses, meads, spices, music, acrobats, gambling, fancy clothes, bright nights in a different world. Don't encourage her. In Veritas, it's better to drink crappy beer than to insult a merchant. Oh, so... and I don't know what the chances are of success if we were to lie, though. She's just being polite, Evo. Oh, Ivalo. Your girl has potential, Latro. She follows in your footsteps. Kind words, but you'd struggle to find a hunter who could match her talent. And she's not even 20. Well, young to be drinking beer, then. Leading the trolls into the swamp was quite a plan. Our Fable put together a song about her bravery. Fable. Ever since I started assisting my father, Fable and I have been drifting apart, but he used to spend a lot of time together as kids. Oh, okay, so maybe there's a love interest there. He always has some scarier fun stories for us. He used to say he saw them in dreams. Oh, interesting. Our Fable, he's grown quite comfortable with our new home. Maybe in a way. Let's not jump ahead. Nah, nothing's been decided yet. Oh, maybe there's like an arranged marriage here? But it's a great opportunity. Don't you want to leave the nest, darling? So yes, so this is the thing. I feel like, knowing that we idolize our father, we were lying about the beer, I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm playing this under the contextual cues, not necessarily how I would play it, And that's the wonderful things about these games as you play through them. You can play them as different personas. And being that there's a cast of characters that you can create a narrative for, you can play each one multiple times to get different outcomes. So I'm going to go with the I don't know. She'll think about it after you tell us your offer. Argentina knows the details, but from what I've heard, the guild in Baratus can reward Vena's talents generously. It's not that intricate. We can always find a job for a gifted warrior. What kind of job? You'd start as a guard at a store or maybe a warehouse, learn more about the city, then become my personal defender. Prove yourself, and once I get the chance, I'll whisper your name to the larger players. Oh, so we're just some backwater bumpkin they're looking to fill a spot with. The richest merchant to visit Windy Meadow, she leads caravans through the woods, fighting beasts with magic of wind and light. Offers a job. Okay. Yeah, and you can tell from her face that she seems to have a strong face about it. All you need is strength and ambition. Keep going the extra mile and you'll end up as commander or overseeing our caravans and ships. You could work as a roadwarden for a year or 5 too. A life of wealth and adventure, then a quick retirement. Yeah, there's a high risk with that though. Roadwardens tend to die young. Who are you again? Our mayor keeps her... Okay, so this is the mayor. Okay, so she knows us. She's a good friend to your father. Usually talks trade and work there. So she's basically our mediator for helping us get the best deal possible. And also potentially and probably has Windy Meadow's future in mind for other business ventures for other would-be warriors. Especially if you were to join the guild as an investor. As you can see, such a life has treated us fairly well. Don't tell me it's not a tempting opportunity. But the village has everything I need. I heard that living in the city can be rough. People here need me. I'm gonna say this one. I want to say this one. No, I'm actually gonna say this one. Some city folk hate their home. Ivalo moved here, right? To rest from the noise and stench, and he's rich. I'm the exception, not the rule. If I were in your position, I'd not only refuse this invitation, I'd also hide my spear in a basement and drop this hunting business together. I'd rather be a farmer. Ivalo, he's the kid of rich spice merchants. His assistants handle the work for him back in the city while he enjoys his life effortlessly. Oh, so, okay. He values peace more than dragons. Gotcha. But I already had a life of luxury and worries, just like my parents before me. And they flourished in it. My dream was to live away from all that commotion. I'm lucky to get a chance to do so. Most people won't. But you are not a quiet, frightened weakling like I was when I was your age. You can handle living in Baratus. Okay. Don't be so dramatic. Living behind the city walls is much easier than in the countryside. At least our food doesn't try to eat us first. So, let's see here. I'd like to get more information. I'm gonna do the people here need me. I wanted that one. I don't know. Our mom is sick. Our dad's our very last hunter. Victus needs my help with Emira. And once autumn comes, the undead show up. What then? So our mother is sick. Master of crossbow and trap. It hurts me to know how her illness keeps her in bed. It's been 3 years already. Oh, so we could get money to help our mom, though. Our older brother never wanted to be a hunter, but the training he got from our parents allowed him to become a village guard. Now he's Ivalo's defender, moving forward despite the troubles he's gone through. Okay. His daughter and my niece has been asleep for a few months now. Oh. I used to love wandering around the wall with her, telling her about the woods. So there's some magic also in the world, if you didn't know. And that's something that's affecting Emira. Or Emira. We won't be left to ourselves. The merchants know our value. The soldiers from the city are a capable bunch. Your mom and I can rely on your brothers and sisters. I hate to think about checking the traps without your aid, but don't burn your future for our sake. Your mother won't forgive herself. Listen to the others, little wolf. The right guides the brave. I'm glad that Dad finds comfort in his talks with priests, but I struggle to pray. Whenever I close my eyes, I think of my family, essentially. Yeah. So this is a religious sect. Okay, the rites. All right. Well, let's find out what the village needs. Windy Meadow is a peaceful place. There's food, mead, work to do. Why would I want to leave all this behind? One day you may wake up and realize that you're bored, that you crave more than your home has to offer. Journeys, mead, friendships. Better hope it won't be too late for you already. I used to be in exactly your position, a young sorceress, appreciated for her talents with many open doors. I kept asking myself what I really want, and I found the answer. I wanted it all the best things that coin can buy. I spent each free moment mastering the spells of wind and light, working with adventurers, dealing with beasts. Once I came to the city, I had a reputation to my name, and I knew my worth. I reached for the very top, assisting the guild's caravans, taking the most dangerous routes until I could look the guild masters in the eye and demand what I wanted, and they couldn't refuse. The sounds of a trader luring someone into taking a deal. How I don't miss it. So that's, like I said, she's a little bit power hungry, is what I would say, but she also knows her worth. I don't mind listening to a master speaking about their craft. So, Argentina, you're going to visit us again in 15 days, am I right? With wedding supplies. Looks like it. I won't be traveling in this direction again until the end of summer. So the richest merchant... Yeah, so the facial expressions are subtle, but I don't think that she's, like, friendly. Everything's a business adventure to her. Then when we'll give you a final answer, you will use your ferry boats or a cart. I have yet to decide. Just to be sure to have the space for a passenger. Deal? I'll figure out something, like always. Don't you worry. Alright, interesting. Day 1. So we're off on a new adventure. This will be very interesting. I'm a patient soul, but I'm going to discuss your future sooner or later, pup. Well, but we're going to discuss your future sooner or later, pup. So where are we now? The woods in the east turn dangerous quickly, and, for the most part, only me and my dad have a reason to enter them. Recently, the lumberjacks have started widening our clearings, letting a bit more light. So we're over in the east? Over here? Over up here. Okay, I see us. Up there. Alright, very cool. Alright, so I'm going to call this episode here. This was Busy Gamer Dad showing you guys Windy Meadow, Roadwarden Tale. I think that I'm going to really like this game. I know I'm going to play through it on my own if I don't do a long stream of it. If there's enough following and you guys want to see a playthrough of this, I would be happy to do so as well. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I hope to catch you in the next episode where we'll pick up right where we left off for our session gameplay series where we take a look at a game over the course of 3 episodes. And I hope to see you there. Later.